cells. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Good. Now that Soundwave's cracked the computer code, it's time we crack some Insecticon body shells. Hear me, Decepticons! Soundwave has gathered the data he came for, which means the Insecticons are no longer of any use to us. Destroy them!
I think your dear Decepticons would rather follow my commands.
He must have bugged our forces with cerebro shells!
Yeah, like this!
No one gets into my cranial chamber!
Ah! My cerebro shell! My precious shell!
Now I'm going to stop you!
Hey guys, welcome back for this unboxing video, the second video in the BADCUBE Evil Bug Core Insecticons unboxing video. In the previous video you've seen me unbox Kickback, which it's a figure I really like. I mean, it really looks amazing. The only downside would be some of the bug form joints were a little bit loosey, a little bit iffy, and he might actually be a little bit too short, like not tall enough compared to other figures. I already said that when I was unboxing it, that I think it's a little bit shorter than my reflectors I got from Ken's Fantasy Collection KFC, and they actually are a little bit smaller, but not that much. Like it's like the size of a head or something like that, so they kind of scale up pretty okay-ish. It would have been better if it had been a little bit taller though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's such a cool figure. I would have preferred it to be a little bit bigger, but apart from that, it's a definite recommendation for me. And also for size comparison, I brought the leader Megatron to show them size-wise side by side, so you can really tell that it's more of the size of a mini bot on the Autobot side, basically. So yeah, it doesn't really, like, it would have just been better if it had been this size, but it is what it is. Design wise, it's very cool. Like material wise, it's very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go into unboxing the second one, and I'm thinking about, since I really wanted to do Kickback because I had it in G1 version, never owned Shrapnel or Bombshell. Kickback is bot number 7, so I'm thinking about doing 7, 6, and then 5. Also, as you can see, the boxes, they are actually connecting with the box art. So yeah, that's a nice, cool feature. I didn't notice that when I was taking them out of the exterior box. But let me just show you guys. So Shrapnel's arm continues in the box next to it, and his feeler does as well. And then we have Bombshell's arm, which is continued on Kickback's box. So that's actually pretty cool. I wasn't that enthusiastic about the designs of the boxes, but that's actually a pretty cool display like that. In case you care about that, these boxes end up in in a separate room here. So yeah, I'm not going to be displaying those, but if you do display the boxes, that's a pretty cool feature. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing Bombshell today, and I'm very curious if I'm able to transform it without the manual. I wasn't able to do so with Kickback. I couldn't figure out the way to get the wings in a certain position to be able to take the arms out. That should not be an issue for Bombshell, because he doesn't have wings like that, but I might come across some other part which I won't be able to figure out. So yeah, we'll see about that. Let me change the camera angle first. That should do it. Let's put this cool looking dude. in view. So yeah, there was a manual included in Kickback which featured all three of the Insecticons, and there's a manual in here as well. I don't think there's any difference in between those manuals, so probably gonna be the same. In this bag we got the little card. There were 2 cards in Kickback's bag, and I'm expecting there to be 2 cards in here as well. Let's see about that. It's actually a little bit sticky. So only 1 card in there. That's weird. And there's actually only... Oh no, wait, there are 2. They are just stuck together a little bit. It sounds like it's going to tear up, but it won't. Okay, so yeah, we got 2 cards. Might be for one for the Asian market and one for the Western market. I do prefer these though, but the material is also different. This one's a little bit thicker. But yeah, there's that. What else do we have? We got the Energon Cube and the guy's gun. This guy does not have a replacement face, which kind of makes sense because he doesn't really have a mouth. So yeah, I guess that's what's to be expected. Energon Cube. And this is the guy's gun. And I think in the G1 version, he also had a separate gun, but I'm not entirely sure about that. And I think that in the bug mode, this one's going to have to go on top of this or something, make it be a little bit bigger. And in the G1 version, those were not separable. I'm not sure if these are separable, but I'll find that out soon enough. And it would stick out like pretty big on his head. I actually do think I prefer that over a smaller one. So we'll see if that's actually doable. Let me just put some stuff away here and then get into the transformation. See how far I can get. But yeah, first I'm gonna be doing the articulation, of course. Manual right here, gun. All right, so what do we have? We got arms which are able to stretch out. There's a weird kind of mechanism. He's got a butterfly option as well. Kickback did not have that, I don't think. So we can move his arms like 90 degrees. Rotate it all the way around, I guess, yeah. So that's just a friction joint, but I could feel, oh yeah, okay, so the butterfly one is that's actually a ratcheted one. Open grip, close grip, same as with Kickback. Oh, he's got some guns on here, which you can actually articulate. It's pretty cool. There are these shoulder things, but that's probably going to turn into something for the bug mode. As for his face, or you can move this part around and you can turn his head around a little bit, but it's hindered by these shoulder parts, so you cannot move him 360 around. He does have an open ball joint on the backside of his head, so you can actually make him look up a little bit. That was possible on Kickback as well. Hardly any dip to the front, basically none. And a slight wobble side to side, which Kickback did not have, or maybe it was just very tight, I don't know. This is what his face sculpt looks like, sort of like a knight in armor with very cool red metallic eyes, same as Kickback had. Then we got this little cabin right here. And this one is a little bit loose. I don't know what's going on with that. This is just sort of kibble for transformation. Okay, so it does stick. This thing was just bent like that, and that makes it not stick, but if you push these in, it sticks. So All right, so we got a little bit of a back crunch, no, ab crunch. His legs can go to the side all the way, I think. It's very tight, like hardly any movement, room for movement here. But you can do it a full split. Kick to the front and to the back, both 180 degrees. Thigh rotation on the hips, less than kickback had, I think. I think kickbacks were open on the backside, so you had more movement. Very huge as lower legs, a little bit gapey here. Movable heel spur, which kickback did not have, and he's got toe pull, no toe dip, and ankle movement to the outside, which kickback did not have. So there are some slight differences in the articulation, and that's, oh yeah, the knee. So single jointed, so not a whole lot of options there. Ratcheted hip joint, front to back, not some, yeah, there is a soft ratchet to the outside. And does he have double jointed elbows? He does not. So kickback did have that. I like that. Too bad this one doesn't have that. Or wait, it actually is, but there's just little movement because his forearms are just too big. But it actually is a double joint. So there's that. All right, time to get into the transformation. But yeah, it looks very cool. Looks the part, bulky. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, so before I get into the transformation, I should definitely take a look at the his gun, what that looks like. Especially since I'm going to transform him into bug mode. I should just take a look at that right now. So I think these arm cannons might actually get in the way of the gun in a tilted position. So let me just see how that works. Okay, so the handles for the guns are a bit weird with this manufacturer. This one actually sticks in way better than kickbacks did. So we got these parts which can move around right here. Then I can turn it. Get this out of the way a little bit. Okay, so that actually does work, which is pretty cool. Yeah, too bad about the forearms being too big to actually activate the second joint, or to actually be able to use that. It does give you more options in posing if you actually have a double joint, but it is what it is. He does have these cool butterfly joints though, so yeah, that kind of makes up for it, I guess. I gotta say that the top part looks really cool, and I think the bottom part are like his legs. His lower legs, actually, the top legs are pretty decent, are a little bit lackluster. I would have preferred to see a little bit more detail on it. Maybe some paint. If you compare the way Kickback's legs look compared to Bombshell's, it's just too bulky and too little detail, I think. But yeah, there's that. Doesn't really matter. The rest of the robot looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's a pretty cool Bombshell, I gotta say. Anyways, on to the transformation and see how far I can get. Well, guys, I think I sort of got it done. I think officially this is actually supposed to be sticking to the sky, but I prefer this look. This is how I remember Bombshell. This is the way I would probably position it. But I think officially it's like for the insect, it's supposed to be like this or something like this, or a little bit to the front, but whatever. Pretty cool, pretty relatively straightforward transformation. I could do it without the manual if this is the correct way. I'm not sure about the legs, how they are actually supposed to be positioned. You cannot move the legs in all kinds of directions like you would be able to do with kickback. There are some limitations to it. And I think this is the proper way, but there might be some minor changes that should be done according to the manual. I don't really care about the way it's supposed to look exactly, because I'm not going to be using it in insect mode anyways. At least I don't think I will. I'll be displaying it in transformed in robot mode. You can move this part around a little bit, wiggle it around a little bit, stretch it out, or bend it. You can move it downwards a little bit. And then the legs, these ones you can only move like this. There's no real lateral movement or anything. These ones you can turn around and do a different way if you prefer that. I think this would be the best way to do it, I think. I don't know. Just you can figure it out for yourself. This part is the part I'm really not sure about. The rest of the transformation is, I think, the way it's supposed to be done. I can look it up in the manual to be sure about it. There is a part which can still move, which is like this part, the covering up of the chest of Bombshell. There's this little slider right here, so you could move it upwards, like so. But then you can't really close this up anymore. So I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be, like pulling it up. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be, but like the fact that this part is like a little bit lower than his back part, that might not be correct, but yeah, there is a way to do that. Let me just see if that actually makes a big difference or no, because his arms do click into the right position. So I think this is the proper way, but just let me just take a look at that. Because of the double hinges or the double joints on his knees, you can actually lift it up a little bit, I think, but not sure about that. So let me just check that out. So if you try to lower it, this part of his inner leg actually is blockaded by his crotch, so you cannot do it in the lower stance. Or wait, it just passed. Okay, so maybe you can. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be making a whole lot of difference, so I guess I'll just go back to the way I had it before and be done with it. I will check it out in the manual if there's any indication that it should be lowered or not, and then display it as such in the final pictures videos. But I'm expecting that the way I had it was the proper way to do it. It is a pretty sturdy insect mode. Like the legs are a lot sturdier than Kickback's legs felt, so that feels pretty good. Some kibble on the bottom, on the top. From the top it looks really cool. So that's well done. There's just this part which I'm really not sure about. Pretty cool. So let me just check out the manual real quick. Yeah, so from what I can see in the manual, his back part is supposed to be higher than his middle part, which is the case. So I guess I did it properly. Seems to be the case. So Yeah, very cool design. And once again, like I'm really liking this BADCUBE design design of the robots. I'm gonna be looking into this manufacturer, see if they have other robots which I might really like. Let me just check one more thing out with the front part. Oh yeah, so okay, these things are actually supposed to be flipped to the back. I don't think I like that, so I think I will just go for this look actually. I think I like that better. But yeah, you can do whatever you please with that, really. So, and that's it for the menu. I think yeah, I think I got it done. I want to thank you guys for joining. Yeah, pretty cool set so far. So I'm very curious about shrapnel now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, watching this. If you're looking for an Insecticon team which kind of scales up with the rest of the Masterpiece robots. I mean, Megatron is just a big guy, like 23 to 25 centimeters. It's a KO Megatron, by the way, so I don't know if that's any different from the original Takara Tomy one. Yeah, Reflector is supposed to be a little bit smaller than that, so that's all good. And then we have Kickback, which is even smaller still. So I'm not sure if that's actually the way it's supposed to be scaling up. But yeah, maybe these guys should just have been a little bit smaller, and then it would be properly scaled. I have no idea. Like, but yeah, so very cool Insecticon set so far. Looking forward to unboxing Shrapnel, which I will probably be doing tomorrow, and you'll see the videos in the next couple of days. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining. Hope you enjoyed this, and later.